Hi there, welcome back. So how are you today? Had so many beautiful things that I wanted to share after my holiday away. I've had a whole week off to reflect, to be with spirit, to be with the messages that are coming through. Today, the first message that we wanted to bring through is one of choice. You always have a choice, and spirit is always showing you the choices that you have. So it all came together on Sunday. I was driving to work, and work for me, I have two part-time jobs, apart from the writing and what I do here with these beautiful videos. One of my beautiful jobs, part-time jobs that I do, is taking care of the elderly, seniors, to help them, to assist them in staying in their homes rather than having to go to a nursing home. This is our job, to help them stay in their own homes. So this morning I was driving to work. This was yesterday, it was Sunday. And the lady I take care of is in her 90s, late 90s. And as I was driving to work, sometimes I record messages to my friends that are far away. So the first message I sent was to my beautiful friend in South Australia, Raphael. And in the message, I was saying to him that I was done doing these part-time jobs. I feel like it is time, for me to now be doing this fully, the writing, because I'm back to writing again, and there's a lot of information coming through for the next book. I'm already halfway through. And, to be doing these beautiful videos and to have the time to send the emails. I'm meant to have this beautiful weekly newsletter, and I have inspiration for it each week. But sometimes finding the time to do it with all the different jobs I have going on is tricky, So sometimes I find it'll be Tuesday, Wednesday, and again, I've missed another week of not sending out my beautiful newsletter, my weekly newsletter. So I apologize for those of you who enjoy receiving those and they're not consistent at the moment. So I tried sending them this morning and didn't have any luck. So my account's been suspended because it's so erratic, it's so on and off. So I have to talk to the people I do that with. But what was coming through was that I was saying to my beautiful friend Raphael that I was done with doing these part-time jobs. And it was coming from a place, and I've been in this place for a few months now, of not wanting to be there, not wanting to be doing these jobs anymore. I'm done, when you're done. But as I got to my job, every Sunday when I walk into that living room and this beautiful 90-year-old is sitting there, her eyes light up. She's got these beautiful blue eyes. And they light up when she sees me. She's so happy to see me. And her smile is like sunshine, And in that moment, that I saw her and she looked so happy, I realized it's my ego telling me, that I need to be doing something else. In that moment, I felt this intense gratitude for my life, for where I am in my life. I felt gratitude for these beautiful part-time jobs because I'm not working a 9-to-5 job. My whole day isn't taken up sitting at a desk doing work for one person, for one company. I have this time in between my part-time jobs that have enabled me. They've given me the opportunity to write all these beautiful books. They give me this beautiful time to be here to create these lovely videos for you. I have this time because of these two part-time jobs that I have chosen to do in the meantime. Because for a long time, I've tried many different jobs. For a while there, I was a gym instructor. I worked as a receptionist for a while as well. And none of these jobs made me feel like I was contributing, like I was serving the way I was meant to be serving. So in the meantime, I've had these 2 part-time jobs. I started off with one. I was doing the piano teaching for a long time. It's been 30 years and I love doing that. I still love doing that. But the second part-time job started as soon as my beautiful daughter started school. And when she started school, I thought, I don't want to be spending all my afternoons teaching piano, because before she was born, most nights I would be teaching up until 8:30 at night with teenage kids, with the older kids. And I thought, my daughter's home after 3:30. I'm going to spend all that time teaching. I'm not going to see her. Then it's dinner time. Then she's off to school the next day. I'm going to miss her whole childhood. So I made the choice at the time to cut back on the piano lessons as much as I could. And I started working on doing this beautiful work with the elderly during the day to assist them in staying in their homes. It was my choice. I made that choice so that I could be with my daughter. Initially, that was the decision that I made. With time, I realized that I had all this spare time in between the 2 part-time jobs. And I started using that time for self-reflection. You know, first I did this beautiful course of self-esteem. And with that came all this information out of me that created the very first book. And then I was guided to write that first book, to publish that first book. And I've been guided the whole way. But in that moment, when I walked into that living room on Sunday and she smiled at me, I just felt this overwhelming gratitude in my heart that I am where I am meant to be. When we feel that we don't want to be doing this anymore, or we shouldn't be doing this, you know, because last year I was talking to my friend Raphael and I was saying, I can't imagine that Jesus would go around doing all these part-time jobs, you know, just to self-sustain while he's waiting for his career to take off. You know, no, he had his path and that was it. You know, he knew his path. He walked his path from the very beginning. There was no, I'm going to dabble in this and I'm going to dabble in that until I remember why I am here. He knew from the start his purpose, why he was here. There was no doubt. For me, most of my adult life, I've been asleep. I've only just awakened to my purpose. And so all of these little jobs that I've been doing have been assisting me on my way to where I need to get to. But in that moment, I realized that it is when we are in the ego, we're allowing the ego, the separate I, to tell us that we shouldn't be doing these things, or we should be doing something else, or we don't like what we're doing. When we do it with that attitude, we're not in the present moment. And we take away the beautiful joy that can be extracted in that moment if we are present. Like when I was present the moment she smiled at me and I remembered, oh, this is why I am here. This is why I chose to be here. Serving others doesn't need to look a certain way. We decide how it's supposed to look within ourselves. You know when you are serving, you know how it feels inside. So the beautiful message that was coming through for me on yesterday, on Sunday, was to look at your life. And if you are doing something that you really don't like doing, look at the reasons why you are doing that job. Why are you doing that job? What are the reasons? Because you are there for a reason, even if it's for the money. Because many jobs that I've done in the past, the receptionist job, the gym instructor work that I did, was all because I needed money to survive, to pay the bills, to pay the mortgage. There's always a reason why we are doing what we are doing. So you can look at it as, okay, I'm stuck here doing this job that I don't like doing. I'm just doing it for the money. Or you can look at it as, okay, I'm going to have gratitude for what I am doing, for the money that's coming in, that's sustaining the life that I have so far. I'm going to accept all the choices that I made that got me here to this job that I am doing. I'm going to accept that this is where I'm meant to be in this moment. I am here for a reason in this job. I remember a few years ago, one of my friends, she was talking about leaving her job because she couldn't stand being with her manager. Her manager was so overbearing. It was just unbearable for her. She couldn't stand it. And her manager was always putting her down to make herself feel, superior, and make my friend feel inferior, like she was better than her. All of these things were going on in her job. And I looked at her that day, and this was before I awakened. And somehow I knew. I said to her, you know what? You're going to change jobs. And in your next job, it may not be your manager. It may be someone else in your work area, but there will be someone that will make you feel this way, that will treat you this way, because there is a lesson here for you that you need to learn. And until you learn that lesson, this pattern will keep repeating. And she looked at me, and she understood in that moment. She realized no matter how many jobs she keeps changing to, the pattern will stay until she learns the lesson. Perhaps the lesson for her was that she is good enough, that she's not less than anyone else. So she doesn't need others to be showing her that they are better than her, that she is less than them. I don't know what the lesson was for her. Only she can know that. Only we can know for ourselves what our lessons are. No one. No one can tell us, not even our loved ones. They can point the way. This may be the reason. But only you can know in your heart what the reason is. Now, if you are in a job that you really don't like doing and you have outgrown that job, you're done. You're finding it repetitive, you're finding it boring, you're not growing, then you can start to get skills. Start learning something new in your spare time. There is always spare time. Always. You make the time. Like I have with these books. It's been incredible when I think about it, that these books have been created. The first one was published in 2017. I started writing that book in 2016. So from 2016 till now is what, less than 10 years. And I'm already currently working on the 7th book. There is time, there's more than enough time, if it is something that you truly wish to do. So instead of focusing on, I don't like this, I don't like doing this, I don't want to do this anymore. Because when you say that to the universe and you're in that frequency, the universe just gives you more of that, because you're in this negative frequency of I don't want it, I don't like it. Instead of being in that vibration, give thanks for where you are. Give gratitude. It gives you money to help you pay your bills, to help put food on the table. Give gratitude for everything this job is currently giving you. Even if you don't like it, even if you've outgrown it. Give love. Always give love. And start focusing on learning something new, gaining new skills that you can move into a different direction. There is always time. You make the time. You study at night. You get up early in the morning and study 2 hours in the morning. There are so many online courses. This is the beauty now of having the internet. This is the beauty of the internet. Use it. It's there for you. So many courses can be done online nowadays. You don't need to be there in person. And if you need to be there in person, I'm sure there are lots of schools that do night courses that you can go and attend. Just take one step in the direction of something that interests you, something that you would like to learn. Take a step, enroll, start learning. You know, we are told from so young that we absorb and we learn faster and better when we are young. And by the time we are 18, we have to make a life decision of what we're going to do with the rest of our lives. At 18, when you're still a child, you have to decide what college you're going to go to, what degree you're going to study, what course you're going to take, who you're going to be. At 18, we have to make all these decisions. And we are conditioned to think that if we don't get on that boat, if we don't go to college, if we don't do it at that age, that we can't learn. It is over. By the time you're 25, that's done. It's over. Wherever you are in your life, that's it. You can't learn. But you have a brain. You have a brain that thinks, that analyzes. It is constantly learning. It is constantly taking in data. I'm not sure, different places pronounce it differently. Your brain is constantly analyzing everything that's going on around it. Why not put it to good use? You know, I was good at school. I'm going to be honest, I was great at school, but it wasn't because I was a genius. I was no Sheldon, from the Big Bang Theory. That was not me. I had to sit and I had to study for hours, but I loved doing it. I loved learning. So today I put it to you. What is stopping you from learning something, from growing, from moving out of where you are right now? If it is not something that fills your heart with joy and love and you just love doing it. That is me with piano. I will be doing that forever. I love doing it. To me, it's not a chore. It's a gift, really. I get to relive the joy of learning a piece of music every time one of my students masters their piece. I get to relive that experience through them over and over. And I get to enjoy the beautiful music that they create from their practice. But a student will not play a piece perfectly on the first go. It takes many, many, many goes. All musicians know this. It takes a lot of time, a lot of practice to get a piece perfect. And everything in life is the same. You practice it over and over and over. If you need to read the same page 50 times to understand it, to get it, then that's what it takes, because that's what it took me. I didn't read it 2 or 3 times and I was done. No, it took me a lot of times before I assimilated the information and I would remember it. And then I was ready for the exams. There's nothing stopping you except you. If you expect that it's supposed to look a certain way, everyone is different. Everybody learns differently. So today I'd like to think of where you are in your life, what it is that you are doing. Is it fulfilling? Do you feel that this is what you were born to do? That this is why you are here? Do you feel that you are serving others with what you are doing? If that is your calling, we're not all here to serve others. Many of us are here for our own human experience, and it all serves the highest and greatest good, which is spirit. Not all of us are here to serve others. Some of us are just here to serve Spirit with our experience. Only you can know what that is inside of you. So give thanks for where you are today. And if it's not where you wish to be, then look at what you can do today. What steps can you take today to move into the direction of what you would love to be doing? Take the steps. I love you. I love you guys. Remember to click like and subscribe so you don't miss any of the messages, and share these beautiful videos that they may reach others. Bye for now.